Unlike boomers and millennials, Gen Z may not experience a traditional midlife crisis. With therapy normalized, flexible careers, and a focus on mental health, this generation is rewriting adulthood and redefining what balance, success, and fulfillment look like. As a 1995-born millennial, I sometimes wonder if the midlife crisis my parents' generation warned me about is on the verge of extinction. For boomers, it was the red sports car. For us millennials, it was the sudden obsession with quitting our jobs to find ourselves in Bali. But Gen Z, they may never need to reach that breaking point at all. But as Gen Z steps into adulthood, it's becoming clear that they may never hit that same crisis point. Instead, they're dismantling the very conditions that led boomers and millennials into emotional freefall at 40. Also read how Gen Z is making handloom cool again. Boomers grew up with a rigid roadmap: study, get a job, marry young, buy a house, work until retirement. For decades, they postponed questions of happiness in favor of stability. By the time they hit their 40s, dissatisfaction often exploded into the classic midlife crisis. Millennials came of age in a world of economic downturns, rising living costs, and endless hustle culture. We were told to work hard now, enjoy later. The problem later never really came. By our 30s, many of us were burnt out, juggling career instability and sky-high rent, realizing that the promises of official freedom or work-life balance were mostly myths. Cue existential spirals, job hopping, therapy, and the occasional questionable tattoo. Also read why Gen Z and millennials are obsessed with skin barrier repair, and why that's a good thing. Unlike us, Gen Z doesn't wait for a breakdown to seek help. They talk openly about anxiety, burnout, and mental health, often in their teens. Early self-awareness means they're processing emotions before they hit a boiling point. Gen Z questions whether they even want the house, the 9-to-5, or the marriage certificate. Where millennials chased milestones we thought were compulsory, Gen Z is curating lives on their own terms. That means fewer ladders to climb and fewer regrets later. While millennials were raised on hustle culture, Gen Z is calling time on burnout. They're unapologetic about quiet quitting, demanding flexibility, and prioritizing well-being over paychecks. Essentially, they're integrating rest while they work, not after. Of course not. Life will still throw curveballs: climate anxiety, job insecurity, and the pressure of living online all weigh heavily on them. But the collective midlife crisis, complete with mid-priced convertibles and sudden divorces, may become rare. As a millennial, I envy that. Gen Z's quarter-life honesty might just save them from our midlife chaos. And maybe, just maybe, the next crisis will look more like a TikTok trend than a breakdown in a therapist's office. Also read Micro-Retirement Harass: what you need to know about this new career trend. Popu.